WebCrystal is a tool that explains web construction questions of an example web page to the users and help them reproduce the desired design in their web page. We built WebCrystal as a Firefox extension. Suppose this is the web page I'm interested in. I turn on WebCrystal by clicking on the magnifying glass icon in the lower left corner of the browser window. WebCrystal is able to explain everything built in HTML and CSS. When I move the mouse around the web page, I can see that WebCrystal tracks the element currently under the mouse cursor and automatically generates a set of questions about how to recreate different aspects of the element in the bottom left. I can select the element I want by left-clicking on it. WebCrystal also allows me to use arrow keys to go up to the container, down to the children, or left and right to the siblings. After selecting an element, I can click on different questions to find out how to recreate it. When I click on the questions, the center pane will update to show the answer. Let's click on the how do I get my text to look like this, for example. The first part of the answer is a textual description of what tag and what attributes the element uses that make it have this look of text. The second part of the answer is a set of checkboxes that allows me to rapidly select what attributes I'd like to use in my element. WebCrystal will generate a code snippet in the window in the right based on my selection of attributes. I can click on different questions to add more attributes to the code. Let's click on how do I get my element to be in the same position or layout like this. When answering position questions, because the position of an element is often related to the position of its container and siblings, WebCrystal automatically highlights the container and the siblings. Furthermore, I can hover the mouse over the blank areas around the selected element, and WebCrystal will show a small label saying what attribute in the selected element caused this blank area. I can also hover the mouse over the attributes in the textual description in the tool interface. WebCrystal will highlight the corresponding blank area generated by the attribute. So now by checking the checkboxes again, I can add more attributes to the code. WebCrystal supports showing the code in the inline CSS and the separate CSS format. WebCrystal can also explain dynamic behavior created by CSS. I can investigate how to create a dynamic hover effect like this one by first selecting the element and then demonstrating the behavior to WebCrystal by moving the mouse on and off the element. WebCrystal will detect that there is a state change and record the properties both before and after it changes. A message is shown in here in the interface to tell the user which style is displayed right now so the user can ask questions about it, and also lets the user switch between before and after. When answering questions on how to create dynamic behavior, WebCrystal generates a skeleton code for me to recreate the behavior, and the attributes I click on next will be put into the skeleton code. The last feature of WebCrystal is the ability to combine styles or structure from multiple example web elements into the generated code. Suppose I really like this big text style, it's just that I want it to be in a gray color like the text underneath it. WebCrystal can combine the styles of these two elements for me. What I will do is first selecting this big text and clicking on this Save this code for later use button. After that, the code is stored as element 1 and is put in the bottom of the interface. Now I need to store another code snippet, which is this gray text. I can retrieve the saved code snippet by checking on the checkboxes. There are two actions that I can perform to combine multiple code snippets. The first one, merge multiple elements together, means that I want to merge all the styling attributes in these code snippets into one. This is the feature to let me combine the styles of multiple web elements. So I click on it and I get a code that has a single element which contains all the styling attributes in the two snippets. If an attribute has different value in different snippets, WebCrystal will let me choose what I want. In here, I want element 2's color. And here's the code that gives me the big text in gray color. Another thing WebCrystal can do is to combine the selected snippets back to the structure as they were copied from the web page before. For example, I want to recreate two lists like this. What I will do is that I first store these two lists and ask WebCrystal to put them back into the same structure as they were before on the web page for me. When I click on this, put the elements into a structure command, WebCrystal detects that these two elements are siblings with the same parent UL, so it generates a new code for me with the two selected snippets being siblings and having the same parent UL. So now I easily create a same list within seconds.